Welcome to BookBeam Chrome Extension 2.0. Hi guys, so since the initial launch of the BookBeam toolset, we have been working relentlessly to add new features and new improvements to each and every one of the tools inside of the toolset. And one tool that has received countless new improvements is the Chrome extension. So the Chrome extension actually looks quite different than it initially did just because of all the different things that we have added to it. And by the way, all of them we added with an intention to add value to your publishing business, to make your life as a self-publisher that much easier. And I think at this point, it's safe to say that it is the most advanced Chrome extension for Amazon self-publisher by miles. There's no really other Amazon self-publisher Chrome extension that comes anywhere close to ours. And so in this video, I will be showing you all the different things that we added to it to really take it to such an advanced level. So Chrome extension 2.0, let's take it away. All right, so here we are on Amazon. I've typed in the keyword cryptocurrency into the search bar, and I can already see a couple different elements that are coming from the BookBeam Chrome extension, modifying the page, giving me extra info. But before we dive into the nitty-gritty, I also just wanted to let you know that the BookBeam Chrome extension works now not only on Amazon.com, it also works on Amazon.co.uk, Amazon France, Amazon Germany, Amazon Spain, and Amazon Italy. So those are 6 of the most major top Amazon marketplaces. So it works on a whole spectrum of Amazon's marketplaces. So it's not something that you can just use on Amazon.com. You can also take it and use it on the European marketplaces or the UK marketplace and understand sales metrics, understand exactly what is going on in these markets. And you don't have to be lost. You don't have to experiment from zero or pay a consultant to figure out what is actually selling in these marketplaces. The BookBeam Chrome extension will show you all of what you need to know. It will show you accurate sales estimates which come from real book sales data in these marketplaces. So I just wanted to, before we dive into all of the more detailed points, I wanted to let you know that it is now more broad. So you can use the Chrome extension in many different marketplaces. All right, so first and foremost, as I already touched on, we're seeing these overlays inside of our search page. You'll see these overlays in pretty much all of the main book-related Amazon pages. So that includes the search page, what we're seeing here, the individual book listing pages, category pages, author pages. So all book-related pages on Amazon, you have these nice overlays giving you offering you this valuable data that you may need to know about the keyword itself or the books that are ranking for this keyword. So that just is a kind of a ease of use point that we decided to add these overlays. The next, along similar lines, we've added a couple other improvements that make the Chrome extension easier to use, like these covers over here, these little cover icons. That it makes it just easier to understand what books you are analyzing as you are browsing all of this info inside of the table. Right here we have these nice hovers that help you to understand more about which book you are actually looking at when you are using the table. Then next we have customizability. We added actually a couple different new data points, and what we were realizing is that the table is getting a little bit dense, packed with different data points. So we decided to offer you guys, our users, the ability and the choice to choose which data points you would like to see and which perhaps you are not interested in. Perhaps you want to clear out some of the table and leave only the data points that you are most interested in. So for example, here I didn't have format selected, I didn't have estimated monthly daily revenue, I didn't have the length. So let me just add these, and so now I can see what kind of format this book is that is showing here. And I can also see length, which I just added over here. I can see the age of the book, the length. Like before, I can order the books based on the age, the length, whatever I like. I can obviously do ranking as well. Then next, let's say you are using some of these averages right at the top to make some of your analysis, some of your decisions perhaps. And you are seeing that one of the BSRs in the table is skewing the average. So what you can do in that scenario is you can uncheck a certain BSR from the average calculation. So here I uncheck this one, which with a pretty high average BSR, meaning it has a very low sales rate. It sells, based on this sales rate, we see that it sells less than 1 copy a day on average. And so that is skewing the average BSR, was skewing the average BSR by quite a lot. And then I can uncheck it and see what is the average like without this one being included in the calculation. All right, then next up we have a new and improved historic data graph. So here I can open it up. I can open it up from the Chrome extension table. I can open it up from the overlays just for easier access. And then I see in the new and improved version, I'm seeing not only the historic BSR, which is the historic sales rank over time, now I can also see the price over time. So here, if I extend the history of this book, I'm seeing how it was selling over time, as well as what the specific price was at any given point in time. So here I'm seeing that, it shot up May 2021. It was really, the sales rate was very high and the price was $15. And then I see here that it went up to $16, and it doesn't seem like it affected the sales rate in any specific way. So why this is important, why having these two data points can be quite powerful, is it can allow you to see what kind of effect the price has on the sales rank. So you can see that, for example, if you increase your price by, let's say, $1, $2, $5, maybe even more extreme than that, you can see what kind of effect that has on your overall sales rank. Now, of course, price is not the only effect. There are other things that can affect your sales rank, like overall traffic, overall demand in the overall niche, all these different things, ad spend, but price certainly is high up on that list. And so this feature can really help you to zone in on that best price point for your book. Then next up, if we are talking about history, we can also see review and rating history on the Chrome extension. We can see how the reviews have been climbing over time and if the rating has changed or not. Here, it's pretty, regarding the rating, nothing too exciting. The rating has been at a steady 4.5 stars. We can see it. This feature can sometimes be more interesting during the early phases of a book's launch. You can see how the ratings have been climbing over time. See how quickly perhaps this is your competitor that you are looking at. You can see how quickly they managed to get ratings. You can try to also correlate the ratings and reviews to the sales rank, because those certainly do go hand in hand. Having more good, high quality reviews will certainly affect your sales rank. There's no doubt about that. So this can really help you to dig in deeper on what exactly is going on in the marketplace and how things transpired historically for either your book or the books that are your competitors. Then next up, something that I did not yet mention, but that can be extremely powerful, is the search volume estimate feature right here. So here we're seeing search volume for this keyword right here. We're also seeing it inside of the Chrome extension table, and we can see it for pretty much any keyword that we would like to enter over here. If I can just spell this right, I'll also spell blockchain. Some of you may or may not know what that is. It's kind of a techie DeFi type of term. So here we see that search volume is 7,574. So this is very powerful. This indicates to us roughly how many times per month. This estimate helps us to understand how in demand, how popular is this keyword, how many times is it searched for on a monthly basis. So we see that it's actually quite popular for a rather, not even the main keyword inside of this kind of web of keywords, if you will. So we had cryptocurrency. If you are familiar with the space, cryptocurrency would be one of the highest ones. Probably Bitcoin is the most highest one. We can have a look at how popular is Bitcoin when searched on Amazon in the books space. Yeah, it's very popular. So 40,000 searches per month. So once again, the search volume can really help you to get a better understanding of the demand. And as you know, the holy grail is demand versus competition. These two things you've got to understand. And when you have a really good understanding of how to analyze these two, which the Chrome extension can really help you to do, then you are in really, really good shape when it comes to your research, which is a huge part of being successful in this business. So besides search volume, what is also worthy of note is word frequency. So word frequency will tell you how often the different words inside of the titles repeat. So here we see that Bitcoin is the most popular one, then money repeats 4 times, Bitcoin repeats 18 times, decentralized cryptocurrency. And so where this is handy is when you want to, when you perhaps are less familiar with a certain topic or a certain niche, and you want to quickly get a snapshot of like what is the trend here. So perhaps this inside of the search page, it's not really that useful necessarily, at least in this case, because I searched for Bitcoin. Obviously, word frequency Bitcoin is the highest one. So for a better example, I went over to a category under textbooks and business and finance, and let's see what are the most commonly occurring words. We see a lot of guides, practice interviews. So interviews seem to be a theme here. Then management, and not too much over here, but again, this can really help you to get a snapshot quickly of what's going on. What are the main themes in a specific category or a specific niche, and get you up and running. And not only does the BookBeam Chrome extension work on the 6 of the most popular Amazon marketplaces, it also works on Audible.com and Audible.co.uk. So let's have a look. And so here again, I typed in the keyword Bitcoin, and just like on Amazon, I'm seeing all of the overlays, the summary overlays at the top, giving me lots of powerful data that I can use to make better decisions. And below each and every one of the audiobooks in search, I'm also seeing the bestsellers rank for audiobooks. And not only am I seeing the bestsellers rank, I'm also seeing the sales numbers, as well as some other summary points like the length of the audiobook, as well as the total age. Which here I'm seeing that this one is 3 years old and this one is just 30 days old. Then of course we also have the table where I can see all of these all of the audiobooks that are ranking on this page. I can order them. I can see all of these data points for all of these audiobooks. I see that some audiobooks are not really making sales, but the top ones are making a lot of sales. And I can, just like with the print books, I can analyze the historic data for each and every one of these audiobooks that we see over here. So as you see here, the Chrome extension will also now help you with doing audiobook research if this is something that you are doing. I know that there's a lot of people that are focusing on exclusively on Audible as a platform, and their strategy is geared mostly just around publishing and producing audiobooks. And this is where the Chrome extension will also come in very handy. And as I mentioned, it will work not only on Audible.com, it will also work on Audible.co.uk. Then next up, another major addition to the Chrome extension is the Page Statistics tab. And inside of this tab, you can see more advanced, more in-depth data about any given keyword page or category page. So here, for example, we are seeing, first and foremost, we're seeing the page 1 bestsellers rank statistics. We're seeing the average BSR. We're seeing the highest BSR as well as the lowest BSR. So you can kind of get a better understanding of like what is the ranges of the BSRs, what is the highest and lowest. Here we see that there still seems to be a pretty big range here, that we see that the highest BSR is selling like a lot of copies, and the lowest one is pretty low, and that can again help to shape our understanding of this specific niche. So what I would kind of deduce from that is that there is a lot of demand. However, there are books that are kind of lagging behind. Then next up, we are seeing also the BSR distribution graph. We're seeing how the BSRs are distributed. We see that it's pretty even. They have a pretty even kind of distribution, and we're seeing that this one book, this book over here, is like lagging behind. So it actually tells us that this one is kind of an outlier. It may be a good idea to ignore it. We're seeing that besides this one, the other BSRs are ranking very high. So then next up we have a really interesting section over here, which is page 1 book characteristics. We're seeing all the averages based off of, for example, average age. We're seeing average pages out of all of the books that are showing on this page. And we're also seeing how many of these books are self-published. Out of the 16 books that are ranking on page number 1 of the keyword Bitcoin, 13% of them, 2 out of 16, are self-published. We're also seeing another interesting one called format distribution. We're seeing which out of the 16 books that are ranking on page 1 here, we're seeing what is the format distribution for these books. So here we're seeing most of them are print books, only 1 Kindle book, and 5 audiobooks. And then last down here we have pricing statistics, average price, highest price, lowest price, and page 1 review and rating statistics. So this one actually is a quite an interesting one when it comes to analyzing competition, because reviews and ratings can give you a better understanding of how what is the footing of the competition, how solidly are they, how solid are their positions there. So the more reviews, the higher number of reviews and ratings they have, the harder it will be for you to compete with them, because they're already established and entrenched in these positions for these keywords. So the higher these numbers, the more challenging it's going to be for you. So here we're seeing that the average number of reviews is around 500, actually more than that. Listings with ratings less than 50 is 2. So we're seeing that books with a lower number of ratings are still breaking into this space and are able to rank for this keyword. But also on the flip side, however, we're seeing that listings with ratings that are above 500, which is like a really high number of reviews and ratings, we're seeing that there's 10. So we're seeing that 10 of them, which is a good proportion, more than half of them are very solidly holding onto their positions there. Then next up, the BookBeam Chrome extension is also able to show you advanced category data whilst you are on the Amazon store, browsing the Amazon store on the go, researching things. So here I scroll down to product details, and here I'm seeing as an overlay this category information. So it's just presenting to me additional information about the categories that this book is ranking for. So not only am I seeing all this data right over here about how competitive these categories are in which this book is placed, I'm also seeing the category tree. So here, Amazon actually recently in one of the updates removed the category tree. This is something that we used to have. So you see how the branches are kind of going down. So you usually have books or the main format, books, print books, books, Kindle, and audio. Then you have the next child categories and the next child categories of those categories, and so on and so forth. So here we're still seeing the branch, and we're also seeing the layers, and we're also able to expand these layers, open up and expand these layers, and see more data about these, about the parent categories of these categories. So here, if I open up and expand this one, I'm seeing more data about money and finance, which is the parent category of e-commerce, of the e-commerce category in the Audible main category tree branch, if that makes sense. So guys, that is the latest and greatest version of the BookBeam Chrome extension, and those are all the different ways in which it can help you and your publishing business. So just a reminder once again that the Chrome extension I think it is really awesome. We've taken it to a really advanced level, but it still is only one of the things that you get with a BookBeam subscription. You get not only this, you get also all of the other awesome BookBeam tools that can really help in your publishing business. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.